Hello and welcome to Stumps and Sixes, where every cricketing moment finds its voice. We're covering match number 20, and the Delhi girls keep marching on and on and on, and they have made it to back WPL finals. Sriram, your initial thoughts.
I mean, Versham, I think I got my prediction right today, at least at last. So one of my prediction came right. I think everyone predicted Delhi. I mean, if I'm not wrong, I think you
Yeah,
also
yeah.
predicted Delhi, and we all know that Delhi are gonna cruise because GG it's not a tournament that they had hoped for. I think they should as I will always say, they have to go back to the drawing board and pull up their socks and come back stronger the next tournament. But as far as Delhi is concerned, I think strong end to the tournament, and they are heading to the finals as Vivan said consecutively, and I think they will try to make the most out of it.
Absolutely. They were definitely lacking in a lot of departments, the Gujarat Giants. And Delhi, as you know, it's just as the script was, has been marching on, as Vivan said. And I feel, uh, yeah, they need to make a few more good buys in the auction next season. I think that would be their first thing. And then build a more well-settled squad that they don't have this time around. But yeah, I think it's just been the case so far. They've had a bad season and yeah, just good signs for Delhi, and they'll just have a nice weekend and wait for the finals. I think just for RCB to come and beat them in the finals.
Yeah, exactly. So, Gujarat Giants won the toss, and Beth Mooney elected to bat first, and obviously aiming to put on a big score like they have been doing in the last three matches. But it was just Jonathan, Madison Cap, Shikha Pandey, and a new player today, Meena Mooney, who completely dismantled this Gujarat Giants batting lineup and let them only score a 126, which was a very poor batting total, batting first. And when Delhi Capitals came into chase, it was Jemima Rodriguez and Shafali Verma who made light work of the run chase, and it was like a walk in the park for this Delhi Capitals team.
I
Sriram.
mean, it's we all know that Delhi are very good, strong team coming into the WPL, and I initially thought that Delhi are gonna steamroll GG, but I didn't want to predict that because all my predictions are coming wrong of late. So, and as far as yesterday we were talking that how good is great players coming in great form at the fang end of the tournament for RCB. Yesterday we saw Perry, and today it's very great to see Shafali Verma and Mike Lanning. I mean, Meg Lanning had a great start, but she couldn't go to a strong total. Unfortunately, she got into a run out, but tremendous from both Shafali Verma and Jemima Rodriguez as far as Delhi are concerned.
I think this has been the stark difference, in general. The bowling of Delhi, if you see, they have like three of their main bowlers in the top five of the purple cap, and if you see Gujarat, they're not really anywhere close. So, and even, I mean, talking on that note, even UP Warriors have been having a similar. Both the teams that haven't made it have really bad bowling and fielding departments. The batting, in T20 you can pull it off because it's just big hits on that matter. But you really need to have a solid, well-rounded bowling lineup that Delhi have. So they've been doing great, and I think that's been the stark difference between Gujarat and all the other teams that have made it to the playoffs so far.
Yes,
True, true,
exactly.
true.
And this brings us to the end of the group stage after 20 thrilling matches. And now we move on to the playoffs, that is the eliminator, and of course, the grand finale. But before we build up to the eliminator, let's talk about the orange cap and the purple cap leaderboard. So, on the orange cap, we have the Captain Marvel, Meg Lanning, leading the Delhi Capital side and donning the orange cap with 308 runs. And then we have Dipti Sharma and Beth Mooney. But as you know, unfortunately, Gujarat Giants and UP Warriors have not qualified. So they are not going to get a chance to add on to that. But we have Meg Lanning's teammate, Shafali Verma, her fellow opener, who is just behind her. Then we have two royal challengers, Smriti Mandhana and Alyssa Perry, followed by Harmanpreet Kaur, who is the Mumbai Indians captain, and she'll be looking to score some big runs in the eliminator. So, Sriram, I would like to ask you, what's your prediction for this year's Orange Cap winner?
I mean, it's you were mentioning the players that are in contention for this orange cap. I haven't seen any Mumbai players in that list. It's very no. Uh, I mean, mind blowing. Actually, we will see a lot of Mumbai
Do you
players
think
in
that's a
that
good thing or a
list.
bad thing, Sriram?
I mean, we can say that they are putting in a collective effort. Like they are not,
Yeah,
I
in a
mean, they are
way.
not exactly. So they are not relying too much on certain player. Like we can say RCB, they are relying more on Smriti or maybe Perry to an extent. But as far as Delhi are concerned, now Shafali Verma and Meg Lanning. But as far as Mumbai are concerned, they are not relying on that much of big. I mean, they are collectively performing well. That is the reason they are in who they are. But as far as this prediction is concerned, I think there is no chance for RCB Gosham. I'm very sorry. So,
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
so, so there is no chance that Smithy and Perry are going to make it. So I think Mick Lanning is going to hold on to that orange cap.
I see. But Harmanpreet Kaur is there in the list. Don't you think Gershom Harmanpreet Kaur has a shot?
No. I just had to absolutely contradict what my fellow friend said here. It's Smriti Mandana. I mean, I'm actually in two minds, to be really honest. RCB has this, not RCB per se, but all these tournaments have this weird tendency where the person who wins the orange cap, that team doesn't usually win the tournament. It's always the opposition.
Yeah.
So if I say Smriti wins it, maybe like Delhi will win the final. So I don't want that to happen. And I'm sure Smriti herself wouldn't want the orange cap, in return for the trophy. So I don't know. I think everybody has a good chance. As you were saying, it's some really good matchups up there. Sad for Deepti Sharma and her teammate. They won't have another chance. But Meg Lanning has a 50-run lead over the other counterparts. But I think the way Shafali Verma played today and the way Mandana has been playing the entire tournament and the way Richa Ghosh has been playing good, it's kind of amazing that anybody can in the end win it. So it's always great to have some competition. And yeah, just hoping Mandana wins it or not wins it. Not really. Don't know how I say there.
Yeah,
Vivan
there are
was
some
mentioning
superstitious.
Vivan was mentioning Harmanpreet Kaur. I mean, he was asking, is there a chance for her to be in the contention for the orange cap? Purely because of the batting lineup she is coming. Because she is a middle order now. I think she is coming in three down or four down. I think so.
Yeah, she's
So
coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so I think that is the reason I would not put her in the order. Other than that, nothing taking away from Harmanpreet Kaur.
Yeah, it becomes
Yeah.
really hard if you're batting that deep down the order. You
True.
just don't get enough balls to score.
Yeah, no, why I said that is she just came in the other day and smashed 95 against Gujarat Giants. So you never know. But
Yeah, well,
I
actually,
see
yeah.
your point. I see you make a
Yeah,
point.
True.
but if
And
you look at it that way, each one of these players have that thing to just change the entire thing in one match. So that's why they're there. That's why they're there at the top of the table. But yeah, as you said, it's anybody's game from here. It's just it doesn't matter. Somebody was saying that RCB have two games, but Delhi have one game. It doesn't really matter. These kind of
Oh,
players,
how
it,
come how come RCB has two games, bro? They will go back home on the next match.
they just I'm sick of this at this point, Shriram. I think RCB will win it this time just to prove you wrong. So but yeah, as I said, all these players can any match they can perform and make it count.
True.
yeah, so
Whatever you
Gershom
want to
has
say.
some superstitious beliefs in saying that if Smriti Mandhana wins the Orange Cap, RCB won't win the Tata WPL. But let's see that. Let's just look at the Purple Cap right now. And another DC player, we have a South African, the Protea firepower in the opening bowler of Delhi Capitals, Madison Cap, who leads the Purple Cap leaderboard and is donning the Purple Cap right now. And we have Sophie Eccleston, who has been brilliant, but again, unfortunately, UP Warriors couldn't qualify. And Jess Jonathan and Radha Yadav, two more Delhi Capitals bowlers follow that list. I mean, that shows how dominant Delhi Capitals are. We have Tanuja Kanwar in the list as well, but she has been the bright spot for Gujarat Giants, but again, Gujarat Giants couldn't make it. And we have RCB player Asha Sobhana in the list. So again, you can say that if she
No
wins the
chance. No
purple
chance.
cap, or but you can say that if she
Much
doesn't
also
win, then
positivity I
RCB
want here.
can win that WPL.
I'm
And
I'm a
also we
fan.
have
I'm not delusional, Vivan. Come on, don't think I'll think Asha
yeah, yeah,
Sobhana will win. I'm definitely sure one of the Delhi players is winning that. It has
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
There's
yeah, yeah.
nobody else who's making that list.
So who do you predict? Which Delhi player?
Gausham.
I would say honestly, just the way the pitch has been playing the last couple of days, there's a lot of seam out there. We saw the way Marizan Cup bowled today, and the way Ellis Perry bowled yesterday. I definitely think it's going to be a pacer. And as you can see, Marizan Cup already leads it by a couple of wickets. So I definitely think it's going to be her. And it's a tendency, because usually pacers bowl at a more impactful time of an innings. They bowl at the start and they bowl at the end. That's when the batsmen take more chances. So definitely it's going to be a pacer. And Ellis Perry, honestly, I know she's not on that list because she's never bowled before yesterday, and she's picked up six in a match. I think she'll be raring to go, and if she picks another six, she'll be top of that list again. So never say never.
Sriram, do you agree with Gershon?
I mean, Gausham, no, I think Marijana Cap is not leading by a couple of wickets. I think Marijana Cap and both Jonathan are in same wickets. Like they both are in
Right,
11,
maybe an
Yeah,
economical
11,
and
11.
right.
yeah, Radha Yadav is in 10. So, but I think Cap is gonna win this purple cap just purely
Yeah.
because of the form she is in and the way she is bowling is tremendous.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But that shows that there are three Delhi Capitals bowlers with 11, 11, 10. That is 30 wickets between three bowlers. I mean, that's an insane stat to have.
I
You
And
mean,
can see
now,
why they are in the final.
and I tell you,
exactly.
team that bowls well and fields well, honestly, I tell you, of course, it's all three departments, but usually in the batting, what happens, it's a one person's game. You can, have one person just win you a game or, score that many runs. But when it comes to fielding and bowling, you need the entire team to step up. And I think that's why team that bowls well and fields well have made it good in all the tournaments so far, not just the WPL or the IPL or the World Cup. Any cricket tournament, any team that has won the tournament has bowled well and fielded well. If they've had like a couple of shortcomings in the batting lineup.
As the
Yes,
saying
exactly.
comes, batting win you matches, bowling win you championships.
Absolutely,
Exactly. And
absolutely.
catches win matches. I think Delhi Capitals have been the best fielding side this WPL. And
As
I
well,
think that is
yeah.
exactly why they are in the top of the table. And even in the playoffs, that's when things get more intense. You just can't drop important catches. You have to grab on when an opportunity shows itself. And the team who's going to hold on to those important catches are going to win matches. And in this case, the WPL title. So, talking about the WPL title, we are building up to the Eliminator. We have Royal Challengers Bangalore versus defending champions Mumbai Indians. And these two teams have faced each other twice this season, and we have seen two contradictory results. Once you saw Mumbai Indians completely steamroll over Royal Challengers Bangalore, and in the previous game, you saw Royal Challengers Bangalore completely steamroll over Mumbai Indians. But this game
I would
is,
say instead of Royal Challenges, I would pull Perry.
Which team is she a
yeah,
part of? She's part of
very
RCB
steamrolled
only,
over
Sriram. Come on.
Mumbai Indians. Exactly, exactly. But now the stakes are high. This is an eliminator, this is a knockout. The winner goes into the final with Delhi Capitals and has a shot at that title. And the loser, unfortunately, is going to be dealt with a knockout punch. So I want to ask you, Sriram, what are the things you're looking forward to in this game? And what are some key matchups, some spicy matchups that we are going to get to see in this eliminator?
I mean, you are asking me to predict who's going to win, or
No, no. I first let's preview the game. Like, what are you looking
okay?
forward to in this game, and what are the key matchups? Like
I mean
Shabnim
the
Ismail versus Smriti
true.
Mandhana, like that.
I mean the match that recently happened before, like we were also discussing, me and Gersham, and if I'm not wrong, who Irish was there.
That is
Uh,
Ruslan.
so yeah, that match, we were also talking that day. The mindset that these two teams are going into this match is going to be crucial. Don't you guys think? Because both teams are coming after RCB after a victory over Mumbai technically, and Mumbai are coming from a loss which they have to forget, because the that is not the Mumbai we used to see. That is not the team that used to play that thing. I have never seen a Mumbai team playing like that. There was no intent or anything. So they will come with a bang. So they will look to do things which they couldn't do the other match the other day. And I think I personally feel like Mumbai are a strong team compared to Bangalore, purely because if you take Smriti Mandana or Perry apart out of this RCB team, do you think this team has a chance against I mean Mumbai?
I mean,
Yes.
well, you have a couple of good performances from Richa Ghosh. Sophie Divine's been stepping up a couple of times. But I think
Mm.
more than all of it, I think another great matchup that you said, Vivan. I think, see, in a playoff or in an eliminator, it doesn't matter how they're fared in the rest of the tournament. You won one, you've won both. It doesn't really matter because in a cricket match, you start from zero. And the captaincy of how Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur have led their team I think is going to be tested in these playoffs. I think how which team handles pressure better, which means which captain handles the pressure better, which captain moves their bowlers around better. And I've been predicting another one. I want Richa Ghosh to come up the order for the playoff. I really think it's going to change
But don't you
the
think the
way
middle
RCB
order
play.
will get a bit weakened?
Not really. See, if you play Mandana and Richa Ghosh, and then if you
Mm.
want, you send Perry, and then maybe whoever you're having your all rounders or whatever, and then send Sophie Divine. Because what's happening, the kind of form Richa Ghosh is in, she's coming. I mean, RCB has had a couple of collapses, so it's kind of she's gotten more thing. But let's say they've opened with who currently? I think they opened with Mandana
Meghna,
and somebody.
Meghna,
Meghna,
Meghna.
I
So
Sabinini
they
believe.
Meghna.
Uh,
yeah, Meghna, and so Meghna has been given that kind of a role where, and I think even Molyneux came to open one. So
Yeah.
their role is to strike from ball one, and they've not been able to do it so far. And I absolutely feel Richa can do it. And even if she falls, getting a 10 ball, 28 or 30, I think that's enough because then you still have Perry and Sophie Devine to come in and they can stay in and play the long game. So and I think Richa Ghosh is not going to get out for a 10 ball 30. So I that's one prediction. But I think another major aspect is going to be absolutely how the teams captain their teams because in these kind of playoffs it's how you handle the pressure and I think that's going to be seen out there. Harmanpreet has some experience in that aspect because she captains the Indian team. Mandana not so much. The first season she didn't make it to the playoffs, so this will be the first time for her in eliminator, but she'll have some experience in the form of Perry and Sophie Devine who all played across tournaments in different playoffs. So I feel it's going to be a thriller. I think again, but as you said, one they won one, and we won one. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter in a playoffs. Whoever plays better on that day wins the game. So
I
absolutely
mean,
going to be a
don't
thriller.
you think
And
it's
sorry,
hmm, don't you think it's a bit of a looking like Kohli and AB de Villiers in the form of Smriti and Perry for as far
absolutely.
as RCB is concerned?
Absolutely. I want always wanted to think in more in terms of Glenn Maxwell because
Mm.
she's an Australian all rounder and stuff. But yeah, I think in
Mm.
terms of the camaraderie they've had, it's
Mm.
absolutely nice to look at Mandana and Perry. And I think again they're going to be very key players for the
Mm.
this thing, just the same way Shabnam Ismail and Harmanpreet Kaur is going to be for their teams. But again, as Sriram said, they've had a more combined effort. So RCB's got to be very much prepared. And I kind of understand that Sriram's backing Mumbai. I mean, not and it's not solely because he hates RCB. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
I'm
MI
not
has a
hating
chance.
RCB, bro.
Yeah, but me, I can't. I really think MI has a great chance of making it as consecutive final. But never say never. I think my blood's always going to bleed red.
So if you are in the RCB camp, so what do you want them to do? Bat first or ball first?
I think they would look to chase again only because
Don't you think big
our
match for post a big total and rely on your bowling?
See, if you see which aspect of RCB's gotten better, do you think batting or bowling? I think they
Bowling.
have a better batting lineup, right, compared to a bowling lineup. I mean,
Hmm.
they don't really have a good pace attack. I think Renuka Singh's had a off match couple of days, and Elise Perry came in like I don't know what to call her, but she came in as a something that RCB really needed, and she pitched in the last time around. But barring that, they've not been really been able to contain batsmen and get people this thing. So I think RCB can back on their killer batting lineup that they're backing up. Mandana's in good form, Richa Ghosh is in good form, and Perry and Sophie Devine are big match players. So in times like that, and I really back RCB's batting, and RCB is known to always have had a very luxurious batting order in across tournaments. So I really feel they should be chasing it and put some pressure on the Mumbai bowlers. And again, the same way, likewise, Mumbai is a little bit lacked in the bowling department and fielding department when we saw the last time around. So put some more pressure on them, and I think they'll back themselves to chase whatever is put on the total.
One
Vivan, what
stat
do
I
you
want
think?
to add on is that Mumbai Indians have never lost two consecutive matches in the history of the WPL. So every
Wow.
time Mumbai Indians are facing a defeat, they just know how to bounce back. So like
Look at
Sriram
that fear in
mentioned, he
Gersham's
expects
face.
Just
Mumbai
two
Indians
days,
to bounce
Vivan.
back. I just remember that stat.
Vivan, absolutely to interrupt you, but I think just 2 days ago, the record also that there was nobody who had picked 6 wickets, but I guess somebody broke it. If I'm not wrong, who? I think somebody broke it. So records are meant to be broken, Vivan. Let's accept that.
Vivan, when
And
you said
Yes.
that Mumbai never lost two consecutive games, the fear that occurred in Gersham's face was,
there's no fear, yeah, guys. We are here to
Yeah,
break
because
records.
across tournaments, not just one season but two seasons. And another
Right.
thing, like you when you mentioned ABD and Kohli and Maxwell comparisons, another thing is that even in the IPL, RCB is too dependent on Kohli, Maxwell, and
yeah,
Faf and
exactly.
ABD.
Absolutely.
And here
That's
you
been a
can draw
template for
that
them.
comparison that RCB is dependent on Smriti, Richa, and the names you took, Sophie Devon. And so for RCB to do it in a big game, you cannot just depend on those players. You obviously need that strength, that squad depth for you to step up. So RCB are going to need that if they want to get that win. And one another
True, true.
question I want to pose to you is that who
Vivan,
will
before you go
DC
to
want to
the next
face?
question, I just want
Yeah.
to finish the toss thing between Gersham. Gersham, you were saying that you want RCB to chase first,
Yeah.
ask Mumbai to come to bat and put a score and then chase it. But I think RCB will have a huge chance if they go in and put up a good score because the pressure will be high, so much high in Mumbai's camp. If the total be 165 plus, it's always hard in an eliminator game because the scoreboard pressure will be always on, and the kind of form Perry is now, and Asha will come in and chip in few overs in, and I think if RCB does that, I personally feel they have a chance.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of this is going to do with, how the pitch is going to do on that day.
That is
And
also
again,
there. Yeah.
team bowling first has found some movement. So I don't really know. See, again, I think Mandana, given the fact that she's not had a lot of experience captaining a side in the playoffs and the pressure, she would rather want to, know how much she's chasing and, go at it. Rather than having to move her bowlers around in the second innings, defending a total is all I'm thinking. I know
Hmm.
in a lot of major tournaments, a lot of captains have gone with putting up a score on board, and I think MS Dhoni is one person who's done that a lot of times, barring a few times. But most of his things he's tried to putting up a table because he's that kind of a man. So I think Mandana for a first tournament would maybe in the finals then she'd change her mind, as you said that I think then she'll go with that one. But I think this time around she would like to change things a bit for Mumbai.
Bro, well, Cummins didn't.
Yeah,
Don't bring
kya
that up.
bhai? Why? We went an entire season without talking about it. On the last shoot of this thing, you had to.
Yeah, but in the end, you don't know who's going to win the toss. So in a final or a eliminator, such a playoff game, you have to be ready to do both. Like
Yeah, yeah, true,
there's a
true.
50-50
Yeah,
chance. So
Hmm.
we've seen teams do that. We've seen in the Bangalore chasing was the case. In Delhi, it was batting first. But in the end, it's going to come to whoever plays that positive brand of cricket and who
Yeah,
plays that better game on that given day, who handles pressure well. That's exactly
exactly.
what I was going to ask you, Shriram. That who do you think Delhi Capitals will want to face? Because Mumbai Indians are defending champions. They have
Hmm.
defeated Delhi Capitals in the final before. So Harmanpreet Kaur and her side knows how to play in a final, how to handle that pressure. Whereas
Hmm.
RCB have qualified for the playoffs for the first time. In the last
Hmm.
WPL season, they had finished fourth and they had missed out on qualification. So would DC be watching the game and feeling that maybe they should face RCB, or am I? But actually, they won't be doing that because in the final, whoever they come, they have to put their main game, A game on to lift the title. But if you just wanted to think in that direction, then who would DC rather have to face?
I mean, no offense to Goshen, but DC would love to face RCB, in my opinion.
I
Uh, you
agree,
know,
actually,
uh, Purely
for
because
a
of
change.
the experience that Mumbai has and RCB has. So I think couple of videos before me, Rohit sir and Shakshi were talking, and at that time, my money was on Delhi to win this cup, purely because of the brand of cricket and the team they formed. We were talking about the orange cap and the purple cap. Everywhere we see the players from Delhi are there. So that's purely that speaks volumes. So we can see the brand of cricket they are the template of cricket they are following, and they are playing this in this season WPL. So I think they would be happy if they face RCB. Even if MI comes in, I think it's going to be an Delhi final.
I actually agree with Sriram this time. Honestly, I think Delhi would definitely want to face RCB. The only aspect they might not want to face RCB is that I think I would really like to see how much support Delhi would get and RCB would get, because RCB is really blessed with a really fan following, because I'm hearing loud shouts of RCB in Delhi when RCB is playing. So a home team versus a really favorite team I would like to see. But plainly, in terms of what happens on field, I think Mumbai's beat them too many times for Delhi to want that again. Maybe, see, sometimes it's this thing, it's just there. It's just a psychological thing. So I think
Hmm.
they'd want some team that has not had so much experience in the playoffs or in the finals. And, Mandana too has not been a captain of a final so far. So I think all in all, they'd want RCB. But again, just because they want RCB doesn't make it an easy match, right? Usually we see these kind of matches. We always see, I mean, again, I don't want to remind you of November 19th, but, there was already a script prepared. We we already knew. I'm sorry for the lack of examples, but we already, it was, everything was prepared, everything was perfect for them. But the game of cricket doesn't work on script, so it always changes. How who plays well on that day. So it's anybody's game up until the last ball of the tournament.
Yeah, in
Hmm.
the end, Delhi
And
Capitals are in the finals. They have to play the A game because in the last time, like I mentioned, they were the runners up. So they have to be ready to put their A game and to go that distance to get their hands on that silverware, which they really deserve. Because this season, I think Delhi Capitals have been the team to watch out for. They have played 8 games, 6 wins and 2 losses. And if you break down the 2 losses, you see one going back to the season opener where they lost in the final ball six, and other than that, the UP Warriors just defeating them by 1 run. So if you see Delhi Capitals in the 6 wins have been completely dominant. So I feel no matter whoever comes, Delhi Capitals and Meg Lanning, such an experienced captain, she is going to be ready.
true, true.
Absolutely agreed.
So let's go on to the predictions. So I'll put it this way, Gershom. E साला कप नाम दे और ई साला कप नहीं, because in the
Nice
The
IPL
one.
second one doesn't have a ring to it, Vivan. The
no, no,
second
no.
one, whatever you say, doesn't
No,
have a ring to
no.
it.
Why I say it is because in the IPL there was a RCB event where Virat Kohli was telling Faf du Plessis to say Isala Cup naam de, but he ended up saying Isala Cup nahi, and it
Yeah.
ended up becoming a meme, and Virat Kohli was laughing on that. So that's why I put it that way, because if RCB are to win tomorrow, they are going to have that hope to qualify for the final and win it. So I'm saying Isala Cup naam de. But also, if MI win tomorrow, then RCB are going to get knocked out, so it will be a nahi. So I'm asking
I,
you
I
for your prediction.
I'll tell you, it's there was this quite a rumor as well that that slogan is what is causing us not to win. And I think our captain from the men's team, who's had some very much experience with this wonderful franchise for so many years, I think in a podcast he was saying, guys, we are coming here to have fun. Don't think about winning. If we win, then it's good. You
Hmm.
should be always ready to lose, and then only if you win, take it as a surprise. So And I think that's how we're going to be. And I think RCBians have a collective experience of around 16 years or so to of or however long IPL's been. I'm sorry, I don't really know how long it's been here and for, but for that long we've had an experience of heartbreaks and stuff. So we'll be ready for it. But again, see, dude, it's a new day, it's a new game. It all starts from zero. So I'm sure a lot of those people will be screaming Isala Cup Namde, but Isala definitely Cup Namde.
How much chance
Sriram.
you will give for RCB out of 100?
See, like this and all, if you ask, see, there are two sides of me, Sriram. The thing is, I don't know. Should I be if I'm being really logical, right? I
Hmm.
have to say, I don't know,
Let me
so,
put it this way:
so
if RCB is winning tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I think it's purely because of an individual brilliance from two or three players. So
right.
other than that, they need that magical, yeah, Perry spell or Mandana's, brilliant half century or a blistering start. They should have that kind of a day. For they should try to eliminate Mumbai if they want to really. So other than that, I think Mumbai are going in as a favorite for me.
uh,
Yeah,
I
no, but
don't know. No comments. Let's just see.
I love the fan following for RCB, and I love the way you are still hoping, Gesham. And
Hmm.
so this brings us to the end of the episode, but we have an announcement to make because tomorrow we are going to be doing a Stumps and Sixes special. So we are going to be covering India versus England 5-match test series. Gersham, would you like to tell something to the viewers?
Absolutely. I really think you all should check out this new special episode of sorts that we're making. A quick roundup about everything that's happened in the five test match series between India and England. I think
Baseball.
we're going to talk baseball. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about how baseball has failed. A lot of fun laughs, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a different approach. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think all of you should really definitely check it out day after
Yeah,
tomorrow.
guys,
Sriram, you want to add
it will be
something?
fun filled. It will be banter added. It will be a couple of friends sitting together and talking cricket and pulling each other legs. And we all will be here. And Sai also will join us. So do check it out and do support us. Thank you.
Yes, so like Gersham and Shriram mentioned, you should definitely check it out. It's going to be really interesting few hours for you. And thank you. Stay tuned for tomorrow.